Have you ever actually stopped to think about the sheer logistical challenge of planning a national holiday schedule in a country made up of 13 different states? I mean, really think about it. We're talking 13 distinct regions, each with its own local ruler, its own unique historical milestones, and of course, its own specific set of rules. For a lot of the world, a public holiday is just, a simple day off work. But here in Malaysia, it is a complex, beautiful, and honestly, sometimes dizzying puzzle.
So, welcome to this explainer. Let's be real for a second. If you're trying to organize your time off, understanding our local QT, which is our local term for holidays, is practically a competitive sport at this point. We all want to maximize our downtime, right? So let's dive into the 2026 and 2027 landscape so we can get completely ahead of the curve.
Here is our game plan for today. We're going to start by looking at our amazingly diverse calendar, map out the absolute key holidays for 2026, and then, the fun part, we'll get into mastering those long weekends. After that, we'll cover the crucial school breaks and state nuances before wrapping up with the ultimate resource to help you plan everything out.
Okay, let's jump right into part one, the truly diverse Malaysian calendar. It really is a melting pot of celebrations. Malaysia boasts one of the most uniquely diverse holiday calendars in all of Southeast Asia. Because we are such a multicultural hub, the national calendar honors major festivals across the Islamic, Chinese, Hindu, and Christian communities. It's a gorgeous mix of religious and cultural celebrations, and what that means for us is the year is absolutely packed with incredible opportunities for downtime. That is, if you know how they all overlapped.
Moving right along to Section 2. Let's start mapping out those core dates for 2026.
So, just looking at the overall flow, the rhythm of 2026 is super front-loaded and really busy right out of the gate. January brings Chinese New Year on the 29th, followed really closely by Hari Raya Aidilfitri on March 20th. Then May is incredibly dense. We're packing in Labor Day, Waisak Day, and Hari Raya Aidilada all in 1 month. After we get a bit of a summer breather, August gives us Hari Merdeka, leading straight into Maulidur Rasul and Malaysia Day in September, before we close the whole year out with Christmas. But here is the absolute kicker, right at the start of the year. 2026 kicks off incredibly strong. We're talking January 29th for Chinese New Year and March 20th for Hari Raya Aidilfitri. And these don't just offer a single day off. Nope, these are massive festive periods that guarantee standard 2-day national breaks. That is a huge foundational block of time off right in the very first quarter of the year. Which brings us to my absolute favorite topic, Section 3. This is all about mastering your long weekends, or as we like to call it, the cutie hacks. The math this year works out perfectly for us. Seriously, check this out. Hari Merdeka on August 31st falls on a Monday, granting an automatic, zero-effort 3-day weekend. Love that. But the real hack? That revolves around Malaysia Day on September 16th, because it lands smack in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, taking just 2 days of annual leave, so either Thursday and Friday or Monday and Tuesday, instantly strings together a massive 5-day break. Boom, 5 days off for the price of 2.
But wait, here is the golden rule, and I cannot stress this enough. Book early to avoid price hikes. When an automatic 3-day weekend or one of those highly hackable 5-day breaks pops up, remember that literally everyone else is looking at the exact same calendar you are. If you don't lock in these strategic dates immediately, flight and accommodation prices will inevitably skyrocket. You've got to beat the rush.
All right, shifting gears a bit to Section 4, we need to talk about school breaks and state nuances, because local and family variables change everything. Speaking directly to the parents tuning in right now, your planning is obviously tied to the school calendar. You need to be hyper-aware of the mid-year school break timing and that massive year-end long holiday. But here is a critical warning. These school holiday dates are not uniform across the country. Actually, let me rephrase that. They can be wildly different depending on which state you live in or which state your children go to school in. So why do these differences even exist? Well, it all comes down to regional work weeks. While most of Malaysia operates on a standard Monday to Friday schedule, states like Kelantan and Terengganu do things completely differently. Their weekend actually falls on Friday and Saturday, meaning their work week starts on Sunday. This fascinating regional quirk shifts absolutely everything, from when local holidays are observed to the exact days school terms begin and end. Furthermore, we really have to contrast the standard national holidays with the unique celebrations found only in East Malaysia. Sabah and Sarawak have their own distinct and highly anticipated holidays that the peninsula just doesn't observe at the federal level. The most notable one, the incredible Harvest Festival. If you are traveling to or doing business in East Malaysia during these times, you absolutely must factor these local closures into your itinerary. Oh, and here's another crucial layer to keep on your radar, the Islamic calendar highlights. Significant dates like Al-Muharram, which is the Islamic New Year, and Maulidur Rasul, the Prophet's birthday, are major public holidays. But remember, the Islamic calendar is lunar. What that means in practice is that these Hijri dates shift every single year relative to our standard Gregorian calendar. You literally cannot just assume they're going to land in the same month they did last year. Careful checking is absolutely required.
Okay, so with all that complexity, let's get into our final section. Section 5, your complete holiday resource. With all these specific dates, lunar shifts, and state-by-state variations, where do you actually go to keep track of it all without losing your mind? It's simple. First, visit MalaysiaCalendar.com. Next, filter the dates for your specific state. That'll account for all those regional weekend shifts and local holidays we just discussed. And finally, step 3, just download the free printable PDF for 2026 and 2027. It puts literally everything we just covered into one easily readable master document.
So there you have it. We've mapped out the timeline, we've unlocked the cutie hacks, and we've pinpointed your ultimate master resource. At this point, the question isn't really whether you'll get time off in 2026. It's whether you'll take full advantage of it before the rest of the country does. I mean, looking at that incredible 5-day stretch in September, where are you booking your next long weekend getaway?